6:52, time for the morning sprint.
New breaking video into the newsroom overnight of an explosion over Virginia. Look at this. This happened in Arlington. Police say they got a call for a suspect who was shooting a flare gun at people. They had to force their way into the person's duplex where they reported gunshots and then this explosion.
A body found over 40 years ago in rural Indiana has been identified as a woman from Oregon, Wisconsin. 20-year-old Connie Lorraine Christensen was last seen in Nashville, Tennessee in 1982. What we know now was that her body was found in December of that same year near Jacksonburg, Indiana. Her identity was found using new forensic technology that matched her DNA to a relative's.
Madison police are looking for two suspects they say beat a worker for not giving them a pizza. A Little Caesars employee on Madison's west side was attacked Sunday night by two people who arrived to pick up a pizza after the restaurant closed. Police say they waited for the employee to leave, then hit and kicked him, and then hit him with their car.
The Iowa County Sheriff's Office is recommending a criminal charge for a staff member in the Iowa Grant School District. Sheriff's officials say that there is enough evidence to charge 30-year-old Kirby Grutz with child abuse, recklessly causing bodily harm. The DA will decide whether to formally charge Grutz. Despite our policy not to name someone until they're formally charged, we're naming Grutz because of the nature of the allegations and his role as a public employee that works with children.
Dane County departments will stop posting on X, formerly known as Twitter, at the start of the new year. This is an order from Dane County Executive Joe Parisi. He sent it in an email to all department heads. He wants to move away from the platform due to an influx in acceptance of hate speech since Elon Musk took over the company.
A new bill at the state capitol looks to even the playing field for DACA recipients. The bipartisan bill would change how these individuals get a higher education. Currently, DACA recipients must pay out-of-state tuition for a university and can't receive specialized licenses. This bill would change that.
The Honk for Peace group is back in Madison after a nearly 3-year hiatus. The group disbanded over the pandemic after almost 30 years of what they say was putting pressure on those in power. They say they're coming back together over the ongoing wars in Ukraine and in Israel.
Meantime, in the Middle East, the Israeli military has expanded its ground offensive and ordered a mass evacuation of a city in southern Gaza. This comes after many Palestinians were forced to evacuate from the north into this area. This has led to a densely packed population that's trying to avoid Israeli airstrikes. They're being told to evacuate, but many are saying they have nowhere else to go.
4 candidates will take the stage for the 4th GOP debate tomorrow. Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Chris Christie will face off in Alabama. It'll be the smallest debate stage lineup so far this year. Frontrunner Donald Trump will skip the event, as he has all previous debates.
House Republicans looking to launch an impeachment investigation against President Joe Biden. It could happen as early as this week. House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan told reporters yesterday the investigation of the president would look at potential charges of bribery, abuse of power, and obstruction.
The sounds of fighter jets will fill the night sky for the next 2 weeks. This weekend next, the Wisconsin Air National Guard is conducting nighttime F-35 flight trainings. They'll be taking off and landing at Truex Field. You should expect to hear the jets a few more times this week, around 7 p.m. They'll return next week, Monday through Thursday.
2023's Trouble in Toyland report is out for the holiday season. Some of the most dangerous toys listed this year were water beads, which can easily be swallowed and choke a child. There was also a renewed focus on button battery toys, which are notoriously dangerous. If swallowed, button batteries can cause burns down the throat, which can continue even after removing the battery.
Good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Still a few flakes of snow across southern Wisconsin, but any accumulating snow is done with. But it did leave a little bit of a mess on some of those roads. So it's going to be a little bit slushy for the kids off to the bus stop this morning. Make sure you have the boots, waterproof boots out there. Otherwise, we're just expecting a few flurries for the rest of the morning hours and temperatures in the upper 30s, so we'll be melting a lot of the snow today. 32 right now in Madison, 34 in Janesville, 32 in the Adells. Got reduced visibility, some really fine flakes of snow falling right now this morning. Temperatures rising into the upper 30s later today. We do warm up for the rest of the week. In fact, we're talking about low 50s on Thursday and Friday. That's out ahead of a storm that'll bring us some rain, eventually some snow toward the end of the weekend.
Kelly, thank you very much. Stay with us, folks. More local news and weather coming up here on News 3 Now this morning.